This is my hunk of a chunk, Rodney. I'm just playing. All right, all right. Hey, why?
People think that our battle has ended just because we wrote the book.
Mhm.
However, to this day, we still have battles. We're going to talk about it today on our channel, The Battle We Must Win, the top 5 things that we still battle with today.
Hey, welcome back to our channel, The Battle We Must Win. I am Tiffany Bustle. This is Rodney Bustle. And today we are going to be talking about 5 ways that our battle continues. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
So let's get into it. The first thing that we still battle with is communication.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't tell? Okay. We don't want to admit it, but there are times when we can all be just a little bit sensitive. We can be caught off by what's going on during our day.
Yeah, for sure.
We can be caught off on what's going on with the kids, what's going on with the job. So as we're talking and while she's talking, I get kind of irritated, on the inside. So I'm not truly hearing what you're saying because I'm so caught up in everything else.
Yeah.
Or the same thing could be going on with you, and you could be expressing yourself to me. And I need to really listen because it might not have been those dishes that I left out. It might have been the fact that you got a bad phone call earlier today, or you had a rough day at work, and I need to really listen to what you're saying.
Sometimes, we come together later on and after we cool down a little bit and we talk about it. Well, when you said this, you made me feel this kind of way. You remember those conversations?
Yeah.
So we actually come back together, usually within the same day. We talk about that thing and sit down and kind of sort it through, end up apologizing. So the second way that our battle continues is just making quality time for each other, and making sure that that's a priority. It may be, sometimes it's been weeks that we go without doing anything together, watching a movie together, or just taking some time to just for us.
Taking that walk.
Taking that walk.
Mm-hmm.
So when's the last time we had a walk together?
We have to get into that, but go ahead, keep.
See what I'm saying? So those are quality times, and other things start interfering with our time. Kids, grandkids. That continuously is a battle. That continues to be a battle for us at times, and we just have to be more intentional about it.
Another thing that makes our battle continue is consistent prayer and devotion time. We do a horrible job with that. I might get in late. You might get in later. We might be extra tired that night. We end up going to bed, end up falling asleep. And then next thing you know, we're not doing any devotion. Right. We're not doing the prayer time.
Right.
And that's, as time goes on, we haven't done it in 2 months.
Yeah, true.
So prayer and devotion is definitely important because prayer is probably one of the most intimate things you can do in marriage. You can be having issues, something's going on that's really tough, and you take that time and say, you know what, I'm going to set aside my emotions. You set aside your emotions, and we're going to come together and go to God.
Let's just face it. We get complacent. We feel, things are cool, we're comfortable. Days, a day will turn into 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and we haven't prayed together. And I'm pretty sure it's with a lot of different marriages because I've heard it. I've heard that come out of, other married folks' mouths that we don't pray together. We don't have devotion together. And I think that, like you said, is key. So that brings us to our 4th way that our battle continues. Just the need to have to secure each other. If you don't already know our story, we've gone through a lot. Even though God has graciously shown us how to forgive one another, that battle continues. That doesn't stop immediately. That's something that's ongoing. I appreciate you for sure, doing the things that it takes to secure me. Like, I've graduated from him having to take a picture of him and Costco in the background.
Right.
But typically what he'll do is he'll call me ahead of time and say, hey, just letting you know I ran into such and such at the store. I got to talking, and it just kind of secures me Now he doesn't have to do that, but I appreciate that he does do it. And when he doesn't do it, that's when there's, sometimes there's a little conflict, there's a little question. I have to ask him, and then, and then we're up in the middle of the night in the bed, and
then we're back to point number one, communication.
Yeah, all the way back to point number one. So
communication. The fifth way, which I think that a lot of brothers will be able to relate, is the lack of intimacy. It could be that we're both approaching a certain age, half a century, or it could be that we are raising our 2-year-old granddaughter. It could be, just the fact that, we get up early in the morning, we work all day long, and we could just be tired. So some people are like, well, if that's the case, then why should we get back together? Or if that's the case, then why should we get married? Sex is probably 10% of your marriage, or probably less than that. Because for the most part, we're going to be spending so much time doing so many other things. So yeah, it can be a struggle, but it's not a struggle that make you want to run the other way.
That's right.
So it's just a struggle that, we continue, we talk about it, we figure it out, what's going on, why are we lacking, and, we make some changes. And we cannot go through this without sharing a little bit in God's word. So in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11, I again saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, and the battle is not to the warriors, and neither is bread to the wise, nor the wealth to the discerning, nor favor to men of ability, for time and chance overtake them all. The race is not given to the swift. So basically, this is a marathon. A lot of times people get in and out of marriages.
Yeah.
Marriage can be a struggle. Marriage can be hard. But at the same time, marriage is a blessing.
Yeah.
Marriage is something that's ordained by God.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't purchased our book, please go out there and purchase it. The Battle We Must Win by Rodney and Tiffany Bustle.
Hey, and we would love to hear from you. So please leave your comments or any questions you may have. We will definitely want to address those. So see you next week, and just know that the battle continues.
Yes.